Hi, welcome back. Or if you're just joining, my name is Maya, and welcome to my channel, Cranleyplace, where I'm focused on Hermès scarf style, knot tutorials, and more. Honestly, I thought we were done with rollouts for the season, but apparently the house prefers to keep us on our toes. It seems that Hermès has continued to sneak in a few different formats and designs on their global websites. So in this video, I'll continue my coverage of Hermès's Spring-Summer 2023 scarf designs and or reissues appearing online and review what we know about them so far. If you haven't yet seen my past episodes on the season, be sure to check those out. Let's get started. I'll start with what's called the Forever series. Hermès describes these as heritage scarves that haven't been reworked or redesigned in any way, but rather honor the original designs in a unique and emblematic color. This first design, Coaching, was originally issued, I believe, in 1976, and like the others in this Forever series, has been reissued by the house many times over the years in different sizes and formats. Featuring various elements of horse tack and harnesses, this feels very emblematic, not only of the house's equestrian roots, but many of their scarf designs from that era. This one by Jacques Dudel is very classic Hermès equestrian and showcases various pieces of ceremonial harnesses and saddles, which were used for parades and celebrations. The center of the scarf was inspired by a design of a horse harnessed to a carriage which was created for the coronation of French King Louis XVIII. The original design of Astrologie, as you may know, was first issued in 1963 and has been reprised by the house many times since in multiple different formats and sizes. It's inspired by the first calendar originating in Mesopotamia around the 3rd millennium BC, followed by signs of the zodiac. This design is also frequently known as dies et heures, or days and hours, although Astrologie is its official name. Here is another reissue that recently popped up again on the US website. The artist, Shirley, originally designed the Grygkar for the men's silk collection at the request of Christophe Guano, creative director of men's silks at Hermès. To mark the creation of this scarf, Hermès made a donation to Yellowstone Forever, the nonprofit partner of Yellowstone National Park, whose mission is to help ensure that the park thrives for generations to come. If you're a fan of tulips, you're going to love this one. This is by Aline Honoré, who has brought us the likes of Coupon Indien, L'Arc du Sarrasin, Rayure du Samouraï, and more. This one celebrates the tulip mania from 17th century Holland, when collectors madly sought these beautiful flowers. It's a study in botanical art that might weaken the hearts of anyone. It certainly caught my attention. If you're interested, there are apparently over 3,000 registered varieties of tulips, which are divided into 15 groups, mostly based on the flower type, size, and blooming period. And while we might think of the Netherlands for tulips, they are actually wildflowers native to Central Asia and the Tian Shan Mountains near the Russian-Chinese border. They spread west and were cultivated in the Ottoman Empire, or modern-day Turkey, by 1000 AD, when the sultans introduced huge beds of tulips to parks and palace gardens. Today, Holland is the largest commercial producer of tulips worldwide, exporting about 3 billion bulbs a year. Now, I have only seen this one so far in 4 colorways, so I would definitely expect to see a few more. Alice Shirley fans, look out! They just introduced this double-faced scarf called Cheval Sirène. Like her last double-faced design, it draws on mythology, but this time featuring what the ancient Greeks called a hippocampus, or a seahorse in English. This mythological creature is shared in Phoenician, Etruscan, Roman, and Greek mythology, though its name is of Greek origin. Incidentally, the hippocampus in your brain so named because of its shape resembling that of a seahorse, is part of the brain's limbic system and the region primarily associated with memory, learning, and emotion. Its biggest job is to hold short-term memories and transfer them to long-term storage in our brains. And if you're interested, one way to improve hippocampus function is to learn something new. Food for thought, just saying. According to the backstory on Hermès.com, for this design, Alice Shirley drew inspiration from various sources, including Leonardo da Vinci's Horseman, the reliefs of the Trevi Fountain in Rome, and Japanese woodcuts, which you can see in the delicate colors and lines. This one I've only seen in 3 colorways so far, and I can't wait to see what else they may offer in this intriguing design. Hermès's plissé or pleated scarves were first introduced, I think, circa mid-1990s and discontinued somewhere in the aughts. But at that time, it was only applied to 90-centimeter silk twills, usually on the scarf's long axis, although I've seen double-pleated scarves from Hermès on both the short and long axes as well. I do have a few plissés, but didn't really follow the style after my original handful. And if you haven't seen my tutorial on how to tie a 90-centimeter plissé, you'll see a link in the upper corner here. Now they've revived this and applied the technique to the 140-centimeter format. And one of the things that you notice almost immediately with a pleated scarf is how organically it ties. Even using the same knot again and again, it can drape so much differently just due to the pleats. This design, of course, is one from this season by Tong. Don't you love how they'd photographed these with the scarf undulating in the wind? I've only seen this in one colorway, which interestingly is different from any of the other unpleated versions shown so far on the site. I do hope they introduce more options for this. This next one by Filipe Jardim is also from this season. This too I've only seen in the one colorway, which is also different from the unpleated versions that have appeared on their websites. Next up is this reinvention of the classic Bride de Gala design by Hugo Grygkar. It is arguably one of the most reprised of Hermès's scarf designs, having been issued in multiple sizes and formats since its original introduction in 1957. And this last one revisits a design from a few seasons ago, a 90-centimeter silk twill, which even at that time was very hard to find. And while still available on some Hermès websites in the secondary market, prices are easily 2 times retail. Now here in a 140-centimeter pleated silk twill, I swooned when I saw this one. Like the others, I do wonder what other colorways they'll have available. But this one, with that pale pink and mango color, sublime. Admittedly, the prices on these are not for the faint of heart. In the US at least, the cashmere pleated shawls are $1,925, and the silk twill one is priced at $1,700. Maybe those prices may not cause you to skip a beat, but they're eye-watering for me. At any rate, they are quite lovely, and it does make me wonder if Hermès will reintroduce the plissés in the 90-centimeter format. I guess we'll have to see. So there you have it. More of the Spring-Summer 2023 scarves from Hermès that are appearing online. Please like the video if you enjoyed it and let me know what you think in the comments. In future episodes, I'll share other scarf reviews, tutorials, and more, so be sure to hit that subscribe button to be notified of new videos. Thanks again for joining me today. Until next time.